We already have Michael in the room. Hey everyone, this is Josh and Joonie here with the 5K Invitational updates for week 1 now that it is officially in the books. It was a good week. Let me throw up our stats here. I actually have them up top in our little headers where our percentages are for our life, but you can't see it. It cut it off. All right, we'll show you the trade order screen on where we stand. So I think anybody would take a 21% week. That was pretty good, Joonie.
Shut up.
Kudos to you. But 47.92%. I mean, what can I say? Most of that was one trade, though. Like the rest of the week was pretty muted for me. Honestly, outside of that one trade, Joonie, you would have got me. And it's funny that both of our winners from last week were more or less the same thing.
Yeah.
It's all Robinhood, short-ish dated. Well, yours were weeklies. Mine, I guess, at least. No, you had a 12.19 in there too. So, I mean, probably for your typical trade, you wouldn't do this. I know.
No.
Not the 10-10.
No, this is a learned behavior.
It worked out for you, didn't it? 30, almost 32% on that one trade alone. But I will digress and just go through my trades for the week. So to get to my almost 2,400 last week, I opened it up with a bang. We talked about a little bit on the stream last week because I had actually already opened and closed it before our initial kickoff stream. And that was the hood, the long call. I won't go too deep into that because we already talked about it. But that was just on the news story that had broke with Vlad sharing the predictions market data. So that was a big one. That was a $1,500 trade. And that was, I think I had pretty much my entire portfolio in that trade. After that, I did a long put and long call on SPY. The call I did on the 29th and the put I did on the 30th. For those two, they were just day trades off of technical levels. Nothing special. Really, I think thinking back to it, they were both surrounded on things that Trump said. So those were, I call Trump trades. And those are pretty easy to do right now. If you're looking for a day trade, if you're into that, or a scalp, if you see any news story break on the White House or Trump or the government getting into a stock, kind of like the Intel trade, Joonie, you remember that from a couple weeks ago? I mean, it's just a buy right now. Anything that he promotes or backs, I don't even research it before I trade it. I'll just throw some money in there, even if it's just a small amount, because I know short term it's going to pop just because he's mentioning it. And that's really been this year. The Trump trade has been the easiest trade probably the last 9 months. Anything that they support. And then I did, speaking of the Trump trade, this LAC trade is the Lithium Americas. I actually bought this one after hours on the news breaking that they were going to invest or have a stake in the company. I had that trade open for 30 minutes and it was 22% up. So I went ahead and closed it. And the other two were TSSI calls. I did have a position with long stock, but I closed it out. I closed the covers and I closed the long stock because it also went up a lot that morning. I got in around 17 and it were high 17s. It went all the way up to almost 20. I think it did break 20 intraday. But I closed that because I wanted to have I still like TSSI as a long-term type trade. But for this challenge, I really want to be more fluid, in and out. And I think Joonie will probably agree. If you're going to get gains, especially when a smaller account, I don't want to stick in a trade for too long. So I traded out of that so that I could open up, and this is my only open trade right now, my BMNR long calls, which I did full port. I think I have $4.17 of free cash in my account right now. Everything else is in these monthly.
He can't keep getting away with this.
And I got those. I don't even know what the price was. It was probably like 55 or 56 bucks. Right now, today it's trading. It got up to 62. It's at 60.50 right now. So you can see my total port is up 27% today. It was as high as like 10,800, I think, this morning. So I've already doubled. We've been trading. The trading challenges has been going for a week, and I've already doubled the 5K account. But I held on to it because of the hood trade, and I probably this goes against me what I just said, which is getting in and out of trades quickly for this challenge. But the lesson learned last week, hoodies here, me and Joonie both, we both had these kind of perfectly timed long calls on Robinhood. And if either of us had held on to these, he had the 140 and 145s for two different strikes. I had 190s, but it wouldn't have mattered because my strike was out in November. Those would have been like a double or a triple of our accounts probably if either of us had held on to those. So that was kind of the back of my mind this morning with this BMNR trade. I'm like, if I cut it now and this thing runs to like 70, I'm gonna be so mad that I've done this twice in a row with two different trades. And I do have a little bit of time. I have to the end of the month. I think October.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. Like, yeah, relatively speaking, for like our normal stuff, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm not doing a daily here or like a weekly. So I'm thinking about just crypto is usually bullish in October. I mean, you gotta look at Ethereum, go to our big chart and look at it. You can see it's kind of starting to, and I mean, BTC is at an all-time high, which is crazy that Ethereum still really hasn't made a significant new all-time high, right? Last cycle, crypto, like for BTC, has already doubled what the all-time high was in 2021. If you look at Ethereum going back, I mean, it's really not that much higher. It's not higher. I mean, it's at the same level it was at the previous cycle all-time high. So my speculation here, and that's what I'm gonna call it because I don't know, right, is that we're getting ready to have a breakout on Ethereum. And I want to be in the BMNR trade. Like, I don't want to cut it loose too early if that happens, because I think if it does happen, it's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. And that's my trade there for that. So I am going to hang on to this one. It's going to my account is going to be boring. I did 7 trades last week, and it might be a couple of weeks because I'm full port. Might be a couple of weeks before I cut this loose. So I might not have a lot to talk about in my trading account, at least.
Yeah, you could be our market update for Ethereum related news too, just because you're gonna be like super locked into this trade, and everything crypto.
And I'll definitely post like as stuff happens on X,
right?
And probably on my Substack too, just the thoughts about what's going on there. But the crypto trade, I think, is going to be pretty hot with BTC breaking out and Tom Lee doing his thing with Ethereum. It's just I mean, just to give you some perspective, I put $100,000 into the BMNR in my 401k this morning. So about 1,700 shares. About 1,700 shares at like $58. So I'm super bullish on this, not just in this trading fun account.
You're a beast.
My personal account has a lot. At total right now, I have 2,400 shares of BMNR, and my average is probably around 55. So yeah, needless to say, I'm all bulled up for it right now.
Nice.
All right, you want to take us through yours from last week?
Yeah. Last week, I'm trying to see, did I have any more of a reason to go in on Hood? It's so funny. You and I trade Hood, and we just kind of scoff over the idea of it's just normal TA stuff.
Right.
But like you and I have just been so into that for so long. I feel like you and I also look for very similar things. But no. I basically just put the long calls on because like you, I'm also trading a main portfolio. And my main portfolio, I had tons of Robinhood shares called away this last weekend, just this past weekend, and I needed some way to creatively sort of keep up with Robinhood's gains as it was just like never ending. It honestly felt like Robinhood was unstoppable the last week and a half, like unapologetically just going up.
I
And
mean,
it
has been.
yeah, and you could say, is it actually getting detached from reality? Has it gone up too much? But I've learned from my past experiences trading these long calls, heavily inspired by you. But you just kind of learn your winners are really, sometimes they can be really, really good. And they could, and some of your best winners, I think you've had in your experience, you join in at a time where you would consider that you're late, right? Like you feel like you're late to the party, but you buy the calls anyway and see where they go.
Yeah.
And that was basically me. I saw you earlier in the week crush it on the long calls on Monday for Robinhood, and I said, "Wait, I want some of that too." And then so I just ended up opening one or two on the way up. If you quickly go to the open tab,
Yep.
just like meh, I also have only one position open. I have about like four 5K, 4 point something, like 4.3K available to trade. I'm not full ported, but I do have only one position. I have a take two long call. It's reasonably dated. This is how I think I'll get my residual money, which is kind of interesting because I'm so used to having a larger sized amount of capital to work with. So my residual money right now in my main account is like bleeding hood contracts, and I get a trickle of premium per day. Having the 5K constraint, you can't find that sort of meaningful amount of income right now. Trading, stocks that are below $100. I'd say a lot of the best ones that aren't going to like make or break like a home run, like BMNR, like most ones aren't under $100, but typically my favorite stocks to trade in my main and what I consider like the best stocks to trade are all over like 100. So I need to make like you almost and double my account to be able to even have a thought of trading a
Right.
CSP in those. So in in response to that, because I can't do cash secured puts on my favorite companies, I'm doing a long dated long call on a bet that I feel like is going to do very well, and that's Take Two. And that's primarily because of, as the market or as Christmas approaches, video game companies also need to remind you, hey, GTA 6 is about to come out next year. This is another trailer, possibly. I don't know if there's going to be another one, but here's another trailer. Here's some marketing hype so that you put aside money for GTA 6 to come out. So the marketing is only going to start to ramp up as we get closer and closer to the date. The main risk that I have is if GTA 6 gets pushed back again. But talking over with a few friends that I think are very like well seasoned in the video game industry, this GTA 6, if they could pull off the sandbox feature, which is using GTA's mechanics and assets to create custom games, you'll be able to create different game modes from using GTA 6 stuff. And because all content creators are going to be on GTA 6, it's going to be Roblox, but for adults. That's the main long driving play, is Roblox for adults.
So for this trade though, you're basically just trading the hype leading into Christmas from promotional stuff that's going to come out, because the game actually, right, the game's not going to be out before then.
Correct. So my plan is I want to capture this next initial hype as it gets past the recent highs that it's made. Right now, Take Two is chilling at a pretty high level right now. I
haven't
wanted to
looked
just
at it.
yeah. But say for example, I didn't want to buy too much time because I also wanted to keep enough cash available for other plays too. Because again, cash is definitely a constraint here. I don't want to lock in too long, but I'm fairly certain that Take Two, to me, it feels like it has a higher chance of going up than down. The trend is up right now with Christmas coming. GTA 6 doesn't care about inflation. People are going to spend. People will take a loan out to pay for GTA 6.
Right.
Tariffs don't affect GTA 6. It's just a very, if you can really just lean into the meme of it all, and then we got the meme of also like, oh, we got this before GTA 6. It's
Where did
true. Like,
do you know what day the first teaser came out? The first trailer? Have you looked at it to see like what kind of reaction it got? The stock?
no, but the stock also went down a lot when they announced the delay.
Yeah.
So
It's probably just
that
because
risk is immediate.
would it
Yeah,
be February 7th? It's been a while, right? I mean, they
it
released
has.
that trailer a while ago.
Yeah, but rightly so. I mean, you want the game to do really well. I think if they delayed it and they know how much it means to Take Two, I mean, you have to always remember these corporate people are really scary. Game devs are one thing, but
Well, you don't want to
guys
mess.
do
You don't want to have a bad launch either, right? You launch a shitty game and it kind of kills it before it even has a chance.
right.
I'm trying to see when the trailer released. December 4th. God, it's been that long.
Yeah.
And May 6th was the second one. So, yeah, December was back here.
And one take that I have that makes me feel also kind of good. This is a tinfoil hat thing. I've been really paying attention to just like to this idea of the vision of something. For example, this is a little bit off topic, but I promise there's some gold here. K-pop Demon Hunters. Have you seen that yet?
I'm ashamed to say I have. My
Okay.
kids love it.
Great.
The songs
So
are
yeah, I agree. I love them. K-pop Demon Hunters executed the idea that I think Disney wants to do but can't do, because Disney has to just like literally appeal to everybody. And I say K-pop Demon Hunters also does that too, but Disney is trying to do everything and trying to also makes everything just like less good. K-pop Demon Hunters is like to me, it's how you do a female protagonist: attractive, smart, confident, brave, etc., etc. It's like they're a good role model, but more or less attractive.
yeah.
GTA 6 is also the same thing, like unapologetically female protagonist, but it looks like she's like drug related and all this stuff, and you have to like it, with all this AI slop that's coming out too, and it's so much easier to create content when you are able to really see through the vision of what they're trying to release, aka GTA 6, aka K-pop Demon Hunters. It just gives me like a warm fuzzy feeling, like we're gonna be getting some good stuff. That's a top of radar for me, at least when I scope out stuff like that. Look at this.
Yeah, we'll watch it. I'll keep it muted so you can talk through it if you want to. Yeah, this trailer is pretty awesome. I would say it's like if the
It's been a
gameplay is
while.
half as good as these trailers look, like I'll probably buy it. I don't even play.
I'm buying the collector's edition. I'm gonna buy a PS5 probably just to play it. I'm more than certain I'm not gonna be playing it on the computer, but
Right. Yeah, I would probably do a console too.
Like I don't. It's just we're just returning back to normal. I don't know. This feels like such a good. I feel like the world needs GTA 6, and when everyone's playing GTA 6, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be so good. I also
We'll have everybody will have a common like thing, right?
Yeah.
I think as a nation, we not to go like way off the deep end here, but we tend to
Right.
do better like when we all have a common like thing that we share.
Agreed.
Yeah, they definitely didn't make her ugly.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
And she likes
Really
a
well.
guy. You
Yeah.
know, it's like
Shocker.
whoa, it's like crazy, you know? Like, oh man.
The return to normalcy kind of thing.
Yeah. I think that's what I think that's what they were really going with, you know?
Yeah, Disney is very much in the trying to be on the other end of the spectrum, I feel like.
They mean well. I don't want to make it seem like I'm against that sort of stuff.
Right.
But you know,
it
that just gives other companies
for a business, it just doesn't do good, right? It's just not
Yeah.
from like if you want to make money, that's just not how you make money.
Yeah. I remember, you know, when the first Marvel movies were coming out, me and my wife were hanging out, or she was just my girlfriend at the time, really. We were hanging out with her dental friend groups, and the dental friend groups, when we were on a trip, like left the dental conference to go watch the newest Marvel movie that was coming out.
Right.
And then in the back of my mind, I was like, oh my God, aren't you guys have to be tired of this by now. This is like the second or third Avengers movie. Like how many more are you gonna watch? And I remember thinking that just to myself. This was like before the Disney fatigue or the Marvel fatigue was really a thing. But it's really just, at the end of the day, new ideas that are true to themselves have much more of a platform now. So we notice it. Like it's very noticeable when it's like, I don't know. There's also the Concord inside the video game industry that also flopped. There's just like a whole bunch of things that are flopping because they're just trying to appeal to too many people.
Right.
GTA 6 is like the perfect blend of like, I think everybody's going to be playing that game.
Anyway. Know your demographic. That's where like a lot of companies, I mean, just think about, oh God.
Think about Robinhood.
Yeah. No, Robinhood knows their demographic for sure.
Yes. And
that's why they did predictions markets. They're like, we have a bunch of degenerates on our platform. We do markets.
Yeah.
But you look at like people who have gone again, like Budweiser or Bud when they did their campaign, and it's like, man, like I get what you're trying to do, and it's fine. Yeah. But like that's not your base. Like,
right.
You're gonna lose your like. How do you not know that? Like, I'm not a professional in ad sales, but like, you're not. And like, what is the return on that, right? So even if you get that group of people to drink your beverages, which they're not because it's fucking Bud Light.
Yeah.
It's such a small percentage of the population. Like that's just the dumbest thing ever. And like they're not the only ones. There's a whole slew of companies that have done this shit.
Yeah. Another
like,
example,
rebrand for like just someone who's not their user base.
Another example being Duolingo, right? Yeah. So Duolingo's main demographic is people that use the app for free, and I'd say that they lean pretty like, very all encompassing. Like they're very diverse group of people, but they like free stuff. You start incorporating these like features that are AI driven. You fire the people that are hardworking at the company that like help translate everything. You just replace them with AI, and then you make a marketing campaign about it. Duolingo has just shot down from like $500 to now $300, and that's a huge change for such a large market cap. And it's these companies that are just doing some really weird decisions. And now, more than ever, it's like it's easy to make bad decisions now on such a large scale because of social media. You know, you do one thing and then it's just
it's everywhere immediately.
Snowball.
Market saturation, like especially if it's like the social media reacts faster and like more viciously to like bad things than they do good things.
Absolutely.
Like if you screw up and do something wrong, you're gonna get like an outsized reaction from people. Then if you do something good, nobody really cares. Like it doesn't get reposted and shared, and like it doesn't get the reaction, right?
Right.
So you gotta be careful. Like I wouldn't want to have that job. Like I wouldn't want to be in sales, which, well, I take that back. I am in sales, but depending on the industry, like I wouldn't want to be in it for something like that.
Right.
Like I'm not on social media. Like we use like LinkedIn and stuff. Like I'm not out here posting stuff to Instagram and Facebook or TikTok for that matter. And nothing I do is going to get broadcasted. You know, I'm not a celebrity. So if I screw up, nobody really cares outside of my company, outside of my employer. What's up, Nathan? Yeah, LinkedIn warriors. So yeah, that's a pretty good thesis. I think you'll probably be right, especially if the market's doing well. Like people are gonna
people
feel
have
like
the money,
have the income, so they're definitely gonna pay it like more than they would.
It's gonna be one of the first games to actually just get justified
they'll
$80
probably
price
set
tag.
records, I would think. They're gonna set sales records.
I mean, Silk Song, like an indie game, has crashed Steam, and that's just for an indie game that I think most gamers knew about, but I think outside of the gaming world, there are even more people that know about GTA 6. It feels like I'm in the early stages of my like American Eagle trade I made this year. Like I was pretty long on Sydney Sweeney. Okay, I made
it wasn't
that
popular to be, right? Remember like all the social backlash?
Yeah,
speaking to like know your base, like another example.
God. It's or more like not speaking or no.
I'll clip that out later and post it to social media. Don't let
and send it to my wife. Like straight, just send it straight to my wife. We've learned a lesson this year. At least I did. Is I think American Eagle actually did a good job of communicating to their fan base with this Sydney Sweeney ad. It's like young girls that want to feel attractive, that want to wear the cool girl jeans.
Right.
But you hear the social outrage from people that, again, probably wouldn't buy the jeans in the first place, but feel like they need to stick up for their opinion and let everybody know. And so you learn that, like, if there's a lot of negative press about something, it takes another level of due diligence to also not buy into it, you know? Right. So there are times where negative backlash is warranted and less warranted, but that's also depends on kind of where you're standing. But double checking is always worth it.
You gotta be like, it's common sense too, right? You just gotta understand that like your logic was sound, right? You're like, all right, she's really popular. She's gonna be really popular with the demographic that they serve. Like that's why you're buying it, not because of like how somebody on social media feels about it, but like intuitively, like just what you said, like it makes sense. Like this is gonna do well. Like it's an obvious trade. Like this, like it makes sense for them to do this.
Yeah.
And like if somebody's saying otherwise, then it's just like a personal feeling, you know, for whatever reason. But I think it's fine. Like, if they want to sell it, like I get the side of why people were upset, but at the same time, like if it makes some chick happy somewhere to, you know, feel good about herself because she buys American Eagle jeans, you know, good for her. You know,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know? Like I don't care. That's her personal preference. If she likes it, she likes it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, vocal minority. Yeah, for a reason. But the thing is, they tend to be the loudest on socials.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Unhappy people are always louder than happy people. Like that is just like
ain't that the damn truth? Ain't that the damn truth?
Everywhere, right? It doesn't matter. Like it's just always been that way. It'll always be that way. Like you think about like the Google reviews, right? Happy people don't leave Google reviews. It's like people get on there and they're like, "Oh, my food was." It'll be like the one customer that a restaurant serves that night out of like 900 that'll have like a bad meal or slightly undercooked steak, and the 999 like they don't get on there to write reviews. It's that one pissed off person that does.
Right.
So I always have to take it with a grain of salt when you see people complaining about something on social media. That, yeah, you might want to dig into it a little bit deeper before you take it at face value. Well, Sweeney is actually too now, right? Isn't she doing Crocs or Hey Dudes, which are owned by Crocs?
Yeah, she's doing Hey Dudes.
I think so.
I don't know a single person. I used to roast Crocs so hard. for that dumb acquisition. I was so mad. I'm like, who wears these?
I don't know what happened. Let me Google that.
Sydney Sweeney, hey dude.
Weenie.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Hey dudes are the best shoes of all time. Gonna order a few pairs right now. My bad.
There you go.
My bad.
Hey dudes in a bathing suit. What more could you want with a cowboy hat? I am gonna go out and buy a cowboy hat and dudes now.
Loser has to take a picture like that.
But like, I don't, and their stock, I don't know when that released, but just looking at Crocs, it's not doing great.
Oh, is it not?
Same reception. I think this was earnings today.
Their price to earnings ratio was solid. I wonder what it's at now.
They've always been a pretty good company. Like, I'm the same way. I always trash people with Crocs because I've never owned a pair. Like, my daughters have pairs, but like, I mean, it's valued pretty highly by the market. You can see it's kind of in a range, but still.
Before, I think Crocs used to trade at like sub 10, but now the P&E ratio is like 21. So
it's growth stock, man. Growing them shoes. It's the what are those things that you put in them? That's boosting all their symbols.
The charms.
Yes, the charms.
Giblets.
Giblets. My daughter's always trying to get some giblets, man. I need some, or she'll break them off intentionally. Be like, I need a new one. Yeah, I never bought any Crocs, but I know people who did and rode it to like $130 last year, the year before. It was a big trade during 2022 because it's kind of traded like a consumer staple. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, from the bottom, I guess as we came out of our not recession, like it took off.
Right. I do see I go to my jiu-jitsu class and I used to see Crocs like all the time. Like I'd say like half the shoes used to just be Crocs. Now it's like I see much less people wearing Crocs into the gym. It's usually a different type of sandal now. So it's either like flip-flops or some like Nike or Adidas slides, but people like our age have stopped wearing Crocs, at least for my area and my own experience. But I see lots of shoes every day. Yeah.
I knew people that did them for a while or wore them for a while because I think they are comfortable. But yeah, majority of my friends, myself, everybody pretty much has slides or flip-flops. And actually flip-flops are kind of dead now too. Like everybody wears slides. The only people I know that still wear Crocs, and sorry if there's anybody in the chat that still wears Crocs, are like kids, children. They're really good children's shoes because they slide on and off real easy. You'll experience this one day, Joonie.
Shut up. That's true. You know what shoe is popular for the other side of the spectrum for adults? Skechers.
Yes.
They have the easy slip-on shoes, and I got my parents like some really nice ons and some really nice like Hokas, but because you have to like tie your shoes, they never wear them. They'd rather just wear the slip-ons. And it's like an actual thing. When you're that old, you'd rather just put your feet into the shoe instead of bend over and tie it.
You don't want to have to like tie them and stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do with my Ultra Boost. Like I still rock the Adidas Ultra Boost, and because they're like that sockish material, I just slide my feet in. I couldn't tell you the last time I tied a pair of shoes. I think the only time I tie a pair of shoes is the first day that I buy them, and then I never tie them again. After that, I just slide them on. It's not like I'm going to be trying to run a 40. Like, they don't need to be like snug on my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason, you're getting old. Slip-ons. Yeah, that's when you know you're getting old, is when you can't tie your shoes anymore. Which, yeah, my parents are all, it's an older person thing. I am an older person, so I can speak for the old people. Hey, look, MNR is back above 61. It would be awesome if it finished. So the other thing with BMNR, I'm going to be super bullish because I'm way in this.
Go.
Earlier, but So even on days like this, right, it's up 8%. You've got to think that Tom Lee is actively diluting this right now and selling shares into the market to raise capital to buy more Ethereum. So, like, in the back of my mind, if it's pushing like this with him actively like sabotaging the share price by raising more capital, then what's it going to do when he finally gets to like their 5%? So, Joonie, I don't know how tapped you are into the like his logic on
Tap
why
me
he's
in.
doing this.
Tap me and the chat in. What is he doing?
So Tom Lee's thing, and some of the people in the chat probably know for what the thesis is here for him and BMNR, but aside from like institutional adoption and like things going on chain, like JP Morgan or Robinhood who already does it, or banks or real estate and all of this stuff. Aside from that, his thinking is that like if they can get to this critical mass of ETH holdings, which he says is 5% of all Ethereum, it's like 6 million Ethereum out of the 120 million that exist, that they'll stake that Ethereum and earn the 4% yield. And then they'll just take that yield and use it to just buy more Ethereum. And it creates this like feedback loop where I think it's 6% if they were to stake it all and take a 4% yield. They can buy back just themselves. They could buy back half the Ethereum that's created every day. So for those who don't know, Ethereum creates more Ethereum like daily, like a certain percentage. But if there's more buying pressure and there's more use of the layer one that is Ethereum, like the actual use of Ethereum, then there's more purchased and burnt than there is created, and you end up with like deflation. So I think there's a potential that like if there's enough adoption and there's enough burn because there's so many people on the institutional side using it, whether it's the layer one or the layer twos, like it does make a big difference. Like it's a less of an impact if it's layer two that's being used. There'll be enough burnt daily, and you'll have people like Tom Lee who just have a shitload of it that are buying it back constantly. So there's just buying pressure on Ethereum like every day for eternity, because he's just recycling the yield from what he has staked back into it. So it's kind of like a snake eating its own tail, honestly. And I think it's just going to create this weird dynamic where the price just gets constantly propped up. And as more players come into the game and like start using it, like, Robinhood's using Arbitrum, which is a layer 2 for Ethereum to do their tokenization in the EU. As more people to start to do stuff like this, you're going to have more Ethereum burn, and it's just going to create this like feedback loop that keeps pushing the price up, 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 because you're going to have Tom Lee and others that just have constant buying pressure too that's supporting it.
It's
like the sellers are always just going to get swallowed up.
The effects of this seem similar to AI companies and chip companies feeding into each other. I feel like
very similar.
Yeah. These companies are like selling chips and then investing into the companies that are using the chips, thus increasing the demand of the people that make the chips. It's no different from buying all the Ethereum, getting the premiums from the Ethereum, buying more Ethereum. It would imagine that this is the way that the stock market breaks, is that someone finds this like infinite loophole.
Money glitch, yeah.
Yeah. Like that would be so sad. And there are so many top signals to this all. It's like we just blatantly accept that there's this like super, super artificial, I don't know about artificial demand, but
I would say that, well, if you believe there's a use case, so like in Ethereum's, like Ethereum, for instance, like if you think that the future of finance is actually going to happen on blockchain and that Ethereum will have some significant market share of that system, then it makes sense to be buying it, right? And so like Tom Lee's logic isn't just that he's creating this feedback loop, which he is, and it's intentional, But at the same time, like he has a reason for why he wants to own Ethereum, because he thinks that finance is going to move on chain and that it'll be the dominant player, at least initially, until something better comes along, which, maybe it never does. Think about Robinhood, right? Everybody was like, oh, well, somebody will just make an app that's better than theirs. Because, I mean, anybody can make an app. And it never came. And now they are the dominant fixture, in the brokerage space, at least as far as growth is concerned. But AI is the same thing, right? If you believe that AI is going to create this world altering, super intelligence at some point, or that it's going to make businesses so much more valuable because their margins will expand because of efficiencies, then I think there's logic for these companies to be buying up all these GPUs and trying to create all these data centers. I mean, either you believe it's going to happen or it's not. It's a very binary event. Like if we are here in like 2 or 3 years and AI hasn't done anything for us, then yeah, it'll be a bubble that pops. But if we do get, 2 or 3 years down the road and companies like Walmart and Costco and American Eagle are seeing margin expansion because they're using AI and it's making their businesses better, then I think people will keep just spending on AI to do more of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I do. It's weird. I feel like AI's general next step, most obvious next step in big market cap growth is like when robotics get introduced. Like when you can automate something in the physical world to a efficient degree, assuming that the robot doesn't cost $1 million to have in your factory or something. But once we have robots in our homes that are better or that do something, I think that's the next big thing. But we only see AI for like drone work, military uses. We see Palantir, of course. And I mean, Palantir also helps businesses create margin. We've seen the Palantir summits or whatever they call theirs. But yeah, I do agree with you. People will continue putting money into AI for as long as it works. I mean, companies don't have an incentive to blow money that they can't afford to lose to that degree. So yeah, if they don't see their margins increase or demand go up, they'll stop spending on it.
Right.
Yep.
But as long as
CapEx.
they keep getting something back, then it's just gonna keep going. Like where it stops, I don't know, but it won't be anytime soon. Like
that should be the case. I mean, imagine going to your first
work using it at all right now.
Yeah.
Right? There's still room for growth.
I have to think about like when we went to our first website. I went to my first website maybe like in 1999, maybe.
It was in the 90s for sure.
And if I thought that was the peak of the internet, which I honestly was a kid, like I thought that was really good, but I didn't have any of the future sight that I have now, the ability to look into the future, to see into the future, or at least guess about it. To say that this is anywhere near the peak of AI, because we just went from Will Smith eating spaghetti really horrendously to videos on the internet where there's people arguing if it's real or not. People just are consuming content so quickly that it's just normal to them now to see amazing AI content. And it only gets better from here. This is nowhere near the peak. AI will become undetectable.
So this was 2023 to 2024.
That's crazy.
Look at the top one is just so bad. And this one at the bottom was a year ago. That was from a year ago. But that compared to the initial one that was up top, this was more recently. But like it's gotten, in just like a year or two, it's gotten so much better.
Like we watch this content and we don't bat an eye. If you went just
if you
5 years ago,
like 5 or 6 years ago,
just 5 years ago, it'd be crazy.
Right. If you told him it was just made by a prompt too, like you didn't do anything but like type,
No
you
one
just
would
type
believe you.
words in to describe something and it just
Yeah.
made this for you.
No one would believe you. They would put you in the CIA would first of all be like, how did you know this existed? But
Right.
you'd be put into the loony bin for sure.
There's so many videos.
Oh my god. I like pretty girls.
Yeah,
girls,
like have you
girls,
seen all the
girls.
Stephen Hawking ones that have come out now?
Yes, the one over there when he's on the X Games ramp.
Yes, there's like
Oh,
1,000 of them.
yeah,
That's
they're
another
pretty
good
good.
example.
What are we doing on a Monday, bro? What are we actually
That's
doing? What are we doing?
Oh man, it's gonna make me go to Facebook. No, thank you. Go somewhere else.
Everybody's short
They're all
meta.
on Facebook. What is this here, YouTube?
Don't short meta. That's a horrible advice.
Here you go.
Yeah, this one. Oh my god, I thought this was hilarious. It's so realistic. It gets the shadow right.
I know. Like the
what?
shadow is perfect while he's doing it too. It's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, that just makes the point of like it's gotten crazy good in a short amount of time.
yes,
And
sir. Yeah.
I think that's why it's only going to get better. And like, how scary good is it going to be in like 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, can he do a 900? I don't know. Tony Hawk did.
Yes,
I
sir.
haven't seen one where he's trying to spin horizontally. It's just or laterally. It's just flips. Somebody needs to make one of him spinning around. Yeah.
Do you have do you have thoughts on Tom Lee's spec?
Yeah, I saw that from T-Bone.
Yes.
I wish I could bring it up on Robinhood for you, but I can't. I do,
Why?
and I have some. I bought. Ethereum just went over 4,700. Maybe we'll do. How crazy would it be if it went to like 5,000 in the next 13 minutes before we end our stream?
I hope it doesn't happen
over for sure. It would immediately be done. We wouldn't have to make another video.
Can I crowd your BMNR trade?
You can if you'd like to.
Can I crowd it, man? Oh.
Well, mine are dated for the 31st. You should just go all in on weeklies for this week. Let me see. So I'm trying to pull up the Tom Lee trade on my phone. Sorry, I'm too lazy to log into Schwab. So actually, I pulled money out of Robinhood, just like a couple $1,000 to put into Schwab to buy this. So I have 6K in Schwab in this. So FCRS /U is the Tom Lee ticker. The reason it has the U in there is because it's called a unit. So it's warrants combined with shares. So if you buy one of these units, you get one share and a quarter of a warrant. So if you would buy 4 shares or 4 units, you'd get 4 shares and 1 warrant. So the warrant is kind of like an options contract. It has like an exercise price. So if BMNR goes over $11.50, I think is the strike for it, then you can exercise that warrant into a share. So if it ran to like $20, you could take that warrant and convert it into a share. And you would just it's kind of like an extra piece of a share that they give you when you buy a unit. So it's kind of like a little bonus. So you get the share and you get a warrant with it. I think it's kind of like an early investor type thing to incentivize people to buy these units. And right now it's a SPAC, right? So it's at $10.50 right now because SPACs usually come out at $10. So with the warrant and the share, I think the value is a little above 10 because you're getting that extra piece of the warrant. So the deal will be once I think it's 50 days past the IPO date, 52 days maybe, they will split into warrants. Right now it's a combination deal. It's a warrant and a share together. They'll eventually split into shares and warrants separately, and that's when you'll see it traded on Robinhood. So it IPO'd last Friday. So what's 52 days? Sometime in December, you will see the shares show up on Robinhood. And I think that's probably when it'll take off, honestly. Because right now, nobody knows about it. Nobody's talking about it. And it's weird because I've seen the Chamath SPAC all over Twitter and stuff talking about how he's back into the SPAC market.
Mhm.
And it's crazy to me, somebody as popular as Tom Lee is right now. They're like, there's been nothing on CNBC about it. He hasn't made any appearances to talk about it. They raised almost $300 million in the IPO offering. So they have 300 million in cash, and what he's going to do is buy a company or take a majority stake in a company. And they said in their letter to shareholders or potential shareholders that they're looking at AI, robotics, and blockchain, which are all, right in Tom Lee's wheelhouse for stuff that he likes. So I think, if Tom Lee comes out in a couple of months and says he's acquiring a robotics company or an AI company, that shit is going to moon. I don't even care what it is. Like, and you saw it. I don't know if people remember Lucid when it was a SPAC, went from like $10 to $30 pre-SPAC, like splitting and becoming Lucid. So
That's crazy.
Right. So you could like triple your money before they even de-SPAC and become an actual company. Like just on the announcement of him being like, hey, we're going to buy this AI company, like the SPAC, which is the FCRS ticker, like that will run before they even have the merger happen. And then once the merger happens, it'll change the ticker to match whatever the company name will be. So Lucid was like, I think it was like CCIV was the SPAC ticker. And then once they merged and did the acquisition, it became LCID. But it was actually worth more pre-SPAC than it ever was post-SPAC. So like they de-SPACed and combined and became Lucid, and it's done nothing but go straight to zero since then. But that was like a case, like SoFi was a SPAC too. I think a lot of people forget that SoFi was a SPAC. Like there haven't been many successful ones, but like if you'd bought SoFi, you'd be, you would have made money. It just would have taken forever. I think the reason I'm in it, like the TLDR, is that it's because it's Tom Lee. Like that's it. I think once they name what their acquisition's going to be, it'll like double. I mean, that's speculation. Don't hold me to that. But that's my target. Like I think if it gets near 20, I will sell all of my stuff out. Because he'll buy the company that he buys will be pre-revenue, right? It's not like he's going to buy some major. I mean, they only have $300 million, so it'll be a small cap of some sort. Maybe he'll buy TSSI. Yeah, that would be great.
That would be crazy.
Double pump.
Oh my god,
he could
triple pump, quadruple pump your bags. Holy crap, that would be.
Because they are technically an AI play. I think he's looking for more like a pure AI play though. Like Tom Lee wants something like game changing. I feel like he'll buy maybe he'll buy Vlad's new company, Harmonic, the math one. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. Harmonic. What do they sell? Like
it's not. It's private. I don't even know what it is, honestly. I watched the video and it's like over my head.
They sell quadratic formulas.
Yes. Here we go. Is this it? No. He has a couple of videos out. You can go watch them where he talks about it. I think it's training data for AI systems, maybe.
Okay.
But Sequoia and like some other big names have already put money into it. Yeah, it's a math company. So yeah, definitely please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Pedmas. Yeah, create mathematical superintelligence. I mean, I read stuff like this, and like you were saying earlier, it just feels so toppy. Like everything is this promise of like some crazy breakthrough. You look at I know we talked about it last week, but like the quantum guys, like that quantum dude going on CNBC and saying that black whale will be irrelevant by 2027. Yeah. Like it's just people making these crazy ass outlandish claims like all over the place. It's like everything that they're coming up with is just going to be this generational technology. Like they're definitely not very, I don't know, humble about whatever it is that they're getting into. Dude, this SoFi chart looks so much like the Robinhood one.
What are your thoughts on SoFi? And pretend that Robinhood concierge team is not watching you right now.
It's fine. I mean, I've never had a problem with it. Like I've stated it on other shows that like it just wasn't as good as Hood is the only thing. Look how similar their charts look. Like it's like the exact same breakout pattern. Like it looks like it's about to make this move here. But I think the difference in SoFi and Hood is just that Hood has more verticals that are more interesting. Like from a product standpoint, I think everything that they do is just more interesting to me than loans.
Does SoFi even have predictive markets?
No, but they did just roll out options finally.
Oh, well, yeah.
But how similar are these charts? It's so wild.
Yeah, I would agree.
Then Palantir too. It's like retail. It's like just all the retail moves.
It does say something. The graph is a little telling. If you zoom in on the SoFi versus Robinhood, right, you zoom in on the red and green line on the bottom. Yeah. Robinhood went up and SoFi went down. That divergence, it actually says a lot. When you're choosing to invest into a financial app or fintech, there's a very obvious choice that people have made at that particular point in time. I'm not sure what day that actually is, but that's very telling. So if you were to say like, SoFi needs to go up from here, the trend for SoFi is definitely down. There needs to be some sort of catalyst or something. They need to announce like some roadmap that includes like sports betting or something for it to, I think, catch up or make some notable move. Because Robinhood going up that much at such a high peak, it says a lot.
It's like a break, like a blue sky breakout kind of thing. It's just price discovery. I don't think anybody knows how to value Robinhood right now. I mean, people will give you price targets. I keep saying 200. That's just kind of tongue in cheek.
Right.
Do I think you can get there? Yeah. It just depends on the broader market, in my opinion. Like if Bitcoin really is going to go to like 150K and Ethereum is going to go to like 6K between now and December, then I think Hood will definitely threaten like 200 just because of crypto alone. Like will drive their revenues for Q4 so much higher. So if you believe we're going to have this raging like alt cycle, because Robinhood makes more money from altcoins too. I don't know if that's talked about a lot, but their margin, their take rate on altcoins is like 10 to 20% higher than on Ethereum and Bitcoin. So if we have this raging alt cycle where the entire crypto market just goes bananas for the next 2 months, then their Q4 numbers are going to be insane. I could see a case for it because a lot of people are calling for 7,500 now on the S&P for this year.
Damn,
I've seen that everywhere. I don't like a lot of the people I follow, and then some of the CNBC folks are now thinking that if we get to 7 and break it, we'll have this just FOMO rally to like 7,500, where institutions who are not positioned for that kind of move are going to pile in to try and like make up ground because they're behind.
Feel like
catch up trade.
The piling in thing speaks to me a lot about Hood. I think a lot of why Hood went up is because retail has been covering. And when we're short shares, right? Like I feel like that really affects Robinhood's price, especially as it's trying to do some price discovery where Robinhood's never been before. But all the time I hear people like just like buying shares and then writing the covered call and the covered call getting blown out. and it's just keep on going up despite us writing more obligation and all these contracts being traded. I feel like hedge funds are like, whoa, what are we really doing? And we gotta buy more shares to keep up. We gotta do a lot of managing. I don't know. I've been thinking about Robinhood a lot like this last week. I'm just like thinking like, damn, this is what it's like. It'd be nice if I just had like a naked position, didn't write any calls on it, and just like let it ride. That would have
I'm kind of there with
crazy.
MNR right now for a lot
Right.
of the same. It's like, why am I writing covered calls here? Like, it just,
Yeah.
if my belief is that like where we are in the market cycle is only going to be up for the next, or like, overall on average up over the next 3 months, then why would I do cover calls on the most popular names in the market over that period?
Yep.
Like, it just seems like a bad idea. It's like a good way to get blown out. And it's
Yeah.
already happening. Cool.
Absolutely.
Like how many shares did you get called away this weekend?
1,000.
What strike were they?
Something egregious. It's
5.
135 maybe. Let me just confirm. 135, yeah. 135. Total profit loss on the trade 5.5k. Which was a 4.3% return. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, I mean, hey, you made money. Nobody ever lost money taking
absolutely. I'm 40% up for the year, so I'm not necessarily too hurt by it, but
right.
I'm more conscious of it now. I used to just like blindly accept these sort of outcomes, but now I know like I could do a little bit better. I could optimize my cover call strategy instead of writing all 10 at once. Maybe write 3 today, 3 the next day, and then 4 the next day.
Layer into it.
Yeah, layering right now I'm learning that in melt ups or when the stock is at like all-time high, layering is more beneficial. I'd say like once it shows signs of it going down, then yeah, maybe full lots are okay. But I'm in the wheelhouse because I got 1,000 shares called away. It means I have 1,000 shares worth of money to put back in. I'm in the wheelhouse right now where when I do, I'm not doing actually any of my trading right now because I love talking to you and I love looking into your beautiful eyes. But once I get back into trading after the stream's over, yeah, I'm gonna be buying shares and I'll be laddering my cover calls.
Are you gonna make any 5K trades, do you think, today?
Today probably not. I'm looking for a better setup.
Yeah,
For my stuff. Yeah, today looks kind of weird. From my perspective, crypto is doing amazing. I think putting money in crypto is really good, but I can't say much for this. My favorite stocks I usually like to trade.
Yeah, Hood is red today on a green day.
It is.
Board. I think it's just that's got to be like it needs a breather kind of thing. I don't know that it's necessarily the app crashing this morning we were talking about at the beginning. That I think that definitely didn't help. But they weren't the only one apparently. So it looks like
really?
Webull and some of the other ones went down too this morning.
Okay.
So there were several brokerages. And not to put any pressure on you to open a trade today, but I am back over $10,000 now. So
you're my favorite worst influence in my life.
And I am going to hold it this time and watch BM&R go down 10% tomorrow, and I'll just
good for you. Good for you. I think your risk reward is super good right now. I think it's a good decision. I think it's a good decision that can go wrong, but if it went wrong, it wouldn't be a bad decision. I think this is just it's good. You're playing into the strength. All right. And that's not me trying to sabotage you.
No. I was about to say, you're trying to talk me out of taking these gains, aren't you? I'm gonna close them now.
It would be over. It'd be so over.
Probably to like just sell a couple of them just to like realize some gains. But for the purposes of this competition, I'm just gonna let it go for this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I also can't toggle back on my margin for my main so I can start doing the 5K spreads. It's just
Shouldn't
like
it be
not a
today?
thing.
Shouldn't you be able to do it today?
6. Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's
It is the
true.
6th, right? Yeah, you should be able to.
Yes. Yes. For some reason I thought I had to wait till Tuesday. But you're right.
So maybe you will make a trade today.
Yeah, honestly, especially since it's before 11, I might have a heater. I wanted to do, let me see, where's Spy at today? Spy is 0.42. Yeah, more than likely I'll be opening a SPX short iron condor if I could get $200 for it.
Explain to folks what a short iron condor is.
It's a spread. It's a credit spread on both sides. Oh, nice. I'm back on margin, baby. Go all in. Let me get 400K of margin and slap it in BMNR.
Do it, man. Full port.
Do it.
Could you
Do it
imagine?
for the stream.
It only has to double, and you could probably not have to worry about working for a really long time.
Exactly.
1.6 million if you just put it all into BMNR. It's gonna double. It's going to 120.
Right. A short iron condor is a spread on both sides, top and bottom with a call and a put, and you win if this price stays in between your strikes, and maybe a little bit of buffer, including the premium. What makes this so enticing is I would open it on SPX number one, so it's already like settled. And you and me learned this. Did you pick up on that? Yeah, as you saw my trades on my SPXs on Trade Auto.
From the Robinhood thing from the summit.
Yeah, I've opened 4 of them and I've won on 4 of them. Like of the full $200. Like it's actually insane how well those have played out. And I will open one.
Here, open one on stream. Let me jump.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump off. Let me share your stream real quick. We can do this and then we can hop off. But just so people can see you actually do one. Because it is kind of cool.
Are you pressed for time right now? Do I need to speed run this?
Under 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, way faster than 10.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Share screen. Okay, we're gonna go to legend. If you follow this trade, if you're watching on stream, if you follow this trade, you're going to lose money. I don't know how else to kindly explain it. Don't follow this trade. Don't follow anybody on the internet. You're going to lose money. Okay. So I would go to the main setup that they talked about at Robinhood Summit was you look for an intraday rally, and this is pretty good. The main risk for this one, I would say, is there's risk to the upside because it looks like it could break out. So I probably want to be conservative with the upper wing. But besides that, if I could get $200, I will write this. I don't want to do anything less than 200, not today. So I'm gonna write a put credit spread here. Wait, I still can't do it. Hold on.
You got to turn on level 3 after you do margin.
Oh, okay. BRB. Let me
tell you to turn it on.
Okay.
I'm gonna have. And Spy is gonna start to just rocket now while you're trying to do this.
That's good.
It's like last week with Hood. You were trying to get
dude. That would have been so good. It would have been such a good trade. But as Martin Shkreli says, luck is distributed.
Rest in peace.
Oh,
shorting quantum.
dude,
That's such
he
an
was
epic
up 100.
backfire. He did. Oh my god, he did so many shows too. Like he went on a Mitch show, and then he went on was the show with Shay and like these other people, and like was just slamming on quantum, and it's done nothing but go straight up the whole time.
Yeah,
I think he's probably right, but like the timing was just so bad.
he's for sure right.
Yeah.
But you and I have talked about shorting before. What the hell?
What the heck? Maybe you had to close out and come back. Log out and log back in.
Yeah, I'm doing
The old
doing
IT 101. We tried unplugging it and plugging it back in.
Trading.
Yeah. Yeah, he can definitely still be right, but when you're shorting, timing is important. Actually, with all trading, timing is important, especially options, right? Shorting is kind of similar too, because you're paying a fee every day to hold shares short. I don't think everybody knows that. And so for the more volatile the name, so like something like quantum, you could be paying like a couple of percent a day on your position just to hold the short. So even if it doesn't go against you, like you are losing money just holding it. All right, here we go. Does it work now?
It does. It does.
Yes. Nice.
So now I'm looking for if I can collect 200. It might be a little bit too late in the day. What was that trick that you were trying to teach me last week?
You should make a box so that you can move it. I don't know how you enable it though, but I've seen it show like you select two sides to trade, you should be able to like drag the whole thing up and down. Maybe you can click and hold and move it. Like click and hold one of the positions and drag it. It'll move it.
No.
Nah.
If you find the tweet that inevitably tweets that feature, let me know.
Yeah, I'll share it. I'll send it to you in Discord.
6745. I'm like so scared of the upper 6750. If I opened this earlier in the day, this would have given me 200, but it's only giving me 160.
Let's see. Well, the trend is definitely up. I feel like there's only 2.5 hours left in the trading day. I don't think
the bottom wing is at 735.
I just don't think it's going to move much more than it already has. So it's actually still within the range from pre-market. Like it's near the upper end of it, but like
755. 755 would be us breaking out to an all-time high by end of day.
Right.
Is today?
It doesn't feel like a day that's going to happen on. Like there's nothing going on. I mean, if anything, it could still reverse here. I don't think it will because usually whatever the trend is, it's established by this late in the day. Like it might pull back, but I don't think we're not going to make a new low today. Like I don't see us back below 669.
750. I'm trying to determine if I'm doing 750 or 750. 750 or 755. Does that, how much of a difference does that make? 750, 755. I do get 200 if I say that we won't reach all-time high. Yeah.
And can you tell everybody why you're using SPX instead of SPY?
SPX is cash settled. It's better for tax purposes, and the option, just from my own personal experience, because I'm not that big of a tax guy.
Right.
I like the fact that they immediately expire. It like goes away from your console like as soon as the market hits 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock Eastern. It's just been really clean. I haven't tried doing this with SPY in a very long time. I think the last time I did a SPY short iron condor was like when I first started trading options back in like 2019. But yeah, being cash settled, everything just feels snappier. There's a lot of volume with SPX as well. I'd say like more volume than
It's more
SPY.
liquid, right?
Yeah, so it makes fillings larger styles of trades like short on condors that involve 4 contracts at a time. It just feels good. So I'm gonna log this on TradeOtter, and if you're on TradeOtter, you'll see it come up soon. But yeah, that's my 5K trade of the day.
Nice. Yeah, and can be exercised early. The other thing is the risk of somebody assigning 2 after 4 o'clock, which can happen if you have somebody
True.
come in, and because a
Yep.
SPY trades till 4:15, and weird
Yes,
stuff
sir.
happens once the market closes, like price
All
action
the
wise,
time.
'cause it's
All
like
the time.
inner volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely the smarter way to trade it is SPX.
195.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only trade we'll have today, unless you make another one. I think I'm just gonna sit tight.
Yeah, you sit cozy.
Takes might to sit tight. It's really, I really want to close it just to like be able to log it and show the 10K.
Oh,
But
it's up to you, man. I think if that was truly a 5K account to you, I think it's a no-brainer. You take it off the table.
yeah,
But in the grand scheme of things,
dude, we got 300 days left.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Is this the 5K challenge or the 5K wussies? You know, like
All right. I mean, 5K to 10K is cool, but 5K to 50K is way cooler.
and you know what? No one's gonna believe you when you share that.
I know.
It's like if you're here in the chat or if you're here keeping up with me and Josh, yeah, we'll see it live. But
And we might also lose everything, so that's fun.
amen. We gotta be humble. Yeah, I agree.
All right. So just to summarize, I guess before we hop off, what we're in right now. So Joonie has 260 long calls on take 2 because of his
on
GTA
call singular.
long call singular. Excuse me. On his GTA 6 thesis, I am sitting fully ported in BMNR 60 strike long calls that expire at the end of the month, and then Joonie just opened that SPX Iron Condor.
Pull up the
Condor, right?
Pull up my presentation thing.
Yeah, let me see. This
There
guy.
you go. Yeah.
Here, actually, you just logged one, so let me see. It'll pop up. Open. There we go. So yeah, I like that short Iron Condor concept. I might have to open one of those once I get out of this. Once I get out of this BMNR trade, do some of those.
No,
pretty cool.
Yeah, no stop loss. But the first 2 I wrote, I would have gotten stopped out if I put like a minus 50% stop loss. No stop loss, no profit trigger. You just let it expire, unless if you have some insane profit. I don't know, like a quick 90%. I think it's warranted. But everything they were talking about during that presentation, it went against what I normally did. But I was bored. I was hyped coming back from Robinhood Summit, and I put on the first one, and it's an okay trade. I think I would get spooked from it a lot more once I lose on my first one. But knock on wood, I haven't lost yet. But things happen all the time in markets. We'll see.
All right, man. Well, good luck this week. If we do have anything else, I guess will you keep us updated? It'll be here on TradeOtter, of course, if you want to see it. But if I do close mine, at least for some reason, I'll probably post to X.
Yeah.
What happens?
And this link is public. Yeah. This link is public. You don't need to be signed up on TradeOtter. You just go to the link and you see what me and Josh have open at any time. Yeah.
Drop it in the chat. Oh, you already got it. Sweet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Well, have a good week.
Yeah,
Enjoy
you
talking
too.
to you as always. Happy trading. As long as you don't make too many gains, I'm cool with it.
I'll keep it on the down low.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
All right, man. Well, thanks,
Be in our
everybody.
400K.
Yeah,
Bye.
man. Take care. See ya.